I want you to take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment and just feel your heart beating. It's been with you through every high and every low, every joy and every sorrow. It's kept you alive, kept you moving forward, even when you weren't sure how you could possibly keep going. I want you to know this. You are here and you are enough. Right now, just as you are. And that's exactly what I'm going to help you understand, truly believe in this moment and in the moments to come. For so long, I didn't believe that. I didn't believe that I was enough. I thought I had to be perfect, that I had to do everything just right, that I had to keep up with everyone around me and be something that I was not. And in doing that, I lost touch with who I truly was. I was so wrapped up in the idea of becoming something that I thought I should be, that I didn't see that I already was everything I needed to be. But here's the truth that I've learned and want to share with you now. There is nothing to fix. You are not broken. You do not need to change in order to be worthy of love, of peace, of happiness. Right now, you are already enough. And it's so important to feel that deep in your heart. What I've discovered in my own life, and what I want to share with you, is that healing doesn't come from external things. It doesn't come from trying to prove to the world that we have value. Healing comes from within. It comes from understanding and accepting who we are, right where we are, without judgment. It comes from recognizing that the love you are seeking is already inside of you, waiting to be acknowledged, embraced, and given back to the world. So many of us, myself included, spend years seeking approval from others, waiting for someone else to tell us that we are worthy, that we are good enough. But the truth is, you don't need anyone's permission to be your authentic self. Your worth doesn't come from anyone else's validation. Your worth comes from within you. It's been there all along, quietly waiting for you to notice it. But I know how hard it is to see that sometimes. I know how easy it is to get caught up in the stories that we tell ourselves, the ones that say we're not good enough, that we're unworthy of love or happiness. It's easy to believe that our past mistakes, our failures, or the things we didn't do right somehow make us less than who we truly are. But that's simply not true. The past doesn't define you. It doesn't determine your future. And it certainly doesn't take away from the beauty and love that resides within you. I want you to take a moment right now to think about something that you love about yourself. It can be anything, something as simple as the way your smile lights up a room, or how kind you are to others. Maybe it's your ability to listen, or your sense of humor, or how deeply you care about those around you. Whatever it is, I want you to hold that thought in your mind. Feel the love for that part of yourself. Let it fill your heart, because you are worthy. You are deserving of love, of peace, of joy. And I want to remind you that healing doesn't always look the way we expect it to. It's not always a grand moment or a dramatic shift. Sometimes healing happens in the smallest moments, in the quiet spaces where you begin to notice the thoughts you're thinking and the way you speak to yourself. It's when you start to recognize the lies you've been telling yourself, the ones that say you're not enough, that you can't do it, that you're not worthy of good things. I've spent a lot of time in my life thinking that I wasn't good enough. I thought I had to be someone else to be lovable. I thought I had to have certain things, or be a certain way, or achieve certain goals before I could be truly happy. But over the years, I've come to realize that happiness doesn't come from external achievements. It doesn't come from having everything perfectly arranged. It comes from inside of you. You see, we often put conditions on our love and our happiness. We think, I'll be happy when I lose weight, or I'll be happy when I have more money, or I'll be happy when I find the right person. But the truth is, happiness is not something that you find outside of yourself. It's something that is already within you, waiting to be released. You just have to give yourself permission to feel it. And that's one of the most important things I can tell you today. Give yourself permission to be happy, to love yourself, to be at peace with who you are. You don't need anyone else's approval. You don't need to wait for the right moment. You can choose right now to begin that journey of self-love. I know this can be difficult. I know it's hard to look in the mirror sometimes and truly see yourself with love. We've all been conditioned to believe that we have to look a certain way, be a certain size, achieve a certain level of success before we are worthy of love and happiness. But I'm here to tell you, that's all a lie. You are worthy right now. You are deserving right now. Just as you are, with all your quirks, your imperfections, your past mistakes, those things do not define you. What defines you is the love that you have inside of you. And that love is the most powerful force in the universe. When you begin to love yourself, truly love yourself, something incredible happens. The world around you begins to shift. You start to attract people and circumstances that reflect that love back to you. You begin to see the beauty in everything around you, and you start to feel a deep sense of peace and gratitude. The more you love yourself, the more love you have to give. And the more love you give, the more you receive. It's a beautiful cycle, one that starts with you. You are the beginning of it all. You are the key to your own healing and transformation. And as you begin to heal yourself, you'll find that the world begins to heal with you. I know it's not always easy. There are times when the old stories come up, when the doubts creep in, when you feel like you're not enough, or that you've made too many mistakes. But I want you to remember something very important. You are human. And being human means that you will make mistakes, and that's okay. It's part of the process. The most important thing is to show yourself love and compassion in those moments, not criticism or judgment. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy of love. You don't have to have everything figured out to be enough. You are enough right now, just as you are. And the more you recognize that, the now, I want you to stop for a moment and really think about something. When was the last time you told yourself you loved yourself? When was the last time you truly accepted yourself, flaws and all? And I'm not talking about just saying the words in passing or brushing it aside because you don't believe it. I mean, when did you really look at yourself and say, I love you and I accept you just as you are? For many of us, it's something we've never really done. We've been so conditioned to think that love and acceptance come only when we meet certain conditions. If we get that promotion, if we lose the weight, if we find the perfect partner, if we have a clean house or the right wardrobe, then we'll be worthy of love. But that's a trap, a dangerous one. The truth is, we've all been taught to seek validation from the outside world. But real validation, real love, comes from within. You do not need to wait for someone else to approve of you. You do not need to seek the approval of others to know that you are valuable. You can choose right now to approve of yourself. You can choose to be your own biggest supporter, your own greatest cheerleader. It took me years to realize that, years of seeking approval, of thinking that I wasn't enough unless someone else told me I was. But when I started to look within, when I started to practice self-love, I found that everything shifted. The way I saw myself, the way I treated myself, the way I spoke to myself, it all began to change. I no longer needed anyone else to tell me that I was good enough, because I had already decided that I was. You see, self-love isn't just about feeling good in the moment. It's about honoring yourself through your thoughts, your words, and your actions. It's about making decisions that nurture your well-being and growth. Self-love is about giving yourself permission to make mistakes, to fall, to fail, and still rise again with more compassion and understanding for yourself. And I want to tell you something that I had to learn the hard way. Self-love is not selfish. It's not about putting yourself above others in a way that harms them. It's not about being arrogant or prideful. It's about recognizing that you too deserve love, care, and compassion. You are worthy of all the beautiful things that life has to offer, and you don't have to earn them. They are already yours by divine right. When you begin to truly love yourself, something profound happens. You start to attract what you need, what your heart has been yearning for. You start to attract people who love and support you. You begin to see opportunities, and you notice how your life begins to unfold in the most beautiful and unexpected ways. But that can only happen when you first choose to love yourself. I know it's easy to get caught up in the hustle of life, to get wrapped up in the worries and doubts, and forget the most important thing. You. You are the center of your own universe. And when you honor yourself, when you choose yourself, you send out an energy of love and positivity that will be reflected back to you in ways that you never imagined. So right now, in this moment, I want to invite you to make a promise to yourself, a promise to treat yourself with love and respect, a promise to stop judging yourself for past mistakes, a promise to be patient with yourself, to be gentle with yourself, and to forgive yourself, a promise to stop waiting for someone else to tell you that you're enough and to start telling yourself that you are, because you are. You always have been. The world may have told you differently, but you are worthy of love, peace, and joy simply because you exist. But let's get real here for a moment. I know it's not always easy. I know there are days when you look in the mirror and the reflection staring back at you doesn't feel like the person you want to be. There are days when you feel less than, when the weight of the world feels like too much to bear. I know that. I've been there too. But I want you to remember something. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to feel sad or frustrated or lost. Those feelings don't define who you are. They're just part of the human experience. What matters is how you treat yourself in those moments. When you feel down, when you're struggling, can you still offer yourself kindness and compassion? Can you be your own best friend? I want you to learn to speak to yourself the way you would speak to someone you love deeply. Would you tell them they're unworthy, that they're not enough? No, of course not. So why do we say those things to ourselves? It's time to stop. It's time to stop the negative self-talk. It's time to stop believing the lies that you're not good enough. It's time to stop punishing yourself for past mistakes. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are not your fears. You are a beautiful, unique soul with so much potential, and the world needs you exactly as you are. And here's the thing. I know you might feel like you've made mistakes that you can never undo. I know it might feel like there are things in your past that are unforgivable, even by you. But I want to tell you something very powerful. Forgiveness is not for the other person. It's for you. Forgiveness is the key to releasing the pain and the burdens that you've been carrying for so long. When you forgive, you let go. You free yourself. I've had to forgive myself for so many things in my life, and let me tell you, it wasn't easy. There were times when I didn't think I could, but every time I chose forgiveness toward myself and others, it lifted a weight off my shoulders. It made space for healing. It allowed love to flow in where there once was pain. You see, forgiveness isn't about saying what happened was okay. It's not about excusing behavior or pretending the hurt didn't exist. It's about setting yourself free. It's about reclaiming your peace, your power, and your love. And when you forgive, you make room for new things, new experiences, new relationships, new opportunities to come into your life. So, I want you to know that you don't have to carry that burden any longer. You can choose to forgive, to let go, and to move forward. You don't have to wait for someone else to apologize or make things right. You have the power to release the pain, to step into your own freedom, and to heal. More, you'll begin to see how truly beautiful and powerful you are. You see, as you begin to love yourself, you also start to notice something else. You start to let go of the things that no longer serve you. You begin to release the thoughts, the people, the habits, the environments, and the past stories that have kept you stuck. You begin to make space for something better, for growth, for healing, for new beginnings. Letting go is one of the most powerful things you can do for your well-being, but I know how hard it can be. It's not easy to release what feels familiar, even if it's no longer healthy. Whether it's a relationship, a job, a belief, or an old pattern, it can feel like you're losing a part of yourself. But what you're really doing is making room for something better. When I was younger, I held on to so many things out of fear. Fear of being alone, fear of not being enough, fear of not having control. I clung to people and situations that drained me because I thought that's just what life was. I didn't believe I deserved better. But once I learned to love myself, I realized that I didn't need to hold on to things that hurt me anymore. I didn't need to stay in situations that made me feel small or unworthy. And it's the same for you. You are worthy of joy, of peace, of freedom. But in order to fully step into those gifts, you have to make the decision to let go of what's holding you back. It might not be easy and it might take time, but every step you take toward releasing what no longer serves you is a step toward reclaiming your power. Now, I know there are moments when life feels overwhelming, when you feel like you're doing everything you can but still struggling. There are days when it seems like you've tried everything and nothing has changed. But here's what I want you to know. You are never alone. Even when it feels like you're walking this journey on your own, there is always support around you, whether that's through a higher power, through your inner wisdom, or through the people who love you. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't need to figure it all out today. You just need to keep taking one step forward, with faith, with trust, and with love. Because the truth is, you are being guided. You are being led to exactly where you need to be. It may not always feel like it, and it may not always make sense. But every experience, every challenge is shaping you, teaching you, and helping you grow into the person you are meant to become. And what I want to remind you, especially in those tough moments, is that you are so much stronger than you realize. You have faced challenges before, and you've made it through every single one of them. And every time you've fallen, you've gotten back up. Your strength, your resilience, and your ability to rise are already within you. You are capable of far more than you think. And when you begin to believe in yourself, when you choose to step into your own worth, you will see just how powerful you truly are. So, I want you to promise me something. Promise that no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times you feel like giving up, you will never stop loving yourself. Promise that you will never let go of the truth that you are enough, that you are worthy of love, that you are deserving of every beautiful thing that life has to offer. Promise that you will always be your own biggest supporter, even on the tough days, because you are enough just as you are. You always have been, and once you truly believe that, once you embrace it deep within your soul, your life will begin to transform in ways you never imagined. I want you to take a moment right now to really feel what I'm saying. Can you feel it? The love that is within you, waiting to be expressed. The strength, the power, the beauty that's always been a part of you, even when you didn't recognize it. It's always been there. The key is learning to see it, to believe it, and to honor it. For so long, I didn't believe in my own worth. I believed the stories I was told, the stories I told myself. I thought I had to be more, do more, be better. Only then could I be worthy of love, happiness, and peace. But over time, I realized that those stories weren't true. And it wasn't until I began to accept myself for who I truly was, flaws, mistakes, and all, that I found the peace I was so desperately seeking. I want that for you too. I want you to experience the freedom that comes from fully embracing who you are and letting go of the false beliefs that have held you back. Every single day, you have the opportunity to rewrite your story. The past no longer defines you unless you allow it to. You are not your mistakes. You are not the things you've done wrong. Those things are simply parts of your journey, learning experiences that have shaped you, but they do not determine your worth. It's so easy to let the past keep us trapped in guilt, shame, or regret. But the truth is, your past doesn't have to dictate your future. You can choose to let it go, to release it, and to move forward in the direction of your dreams. And the most powerful part of this process is when you make that decision to love yourself. When you decide to honor yourself for who you are, without waiting for anyone else to tell you that you're worthy, the world around you begins to change. Things that once seemed impossible become achievable. People who once treated you poorly start to respect you. Opportunities you never imagined start to unfold before you. The universe responds to your energy. And when you love yourself, when you truly believe that you are worthy, you align with all the good that life has to offer. But I know it's not always easy. I know there are days when you feel like the world is against you, when you can't see how things will ever get better, when it seems like your struggles are never ending. But let me tell you this, those days are just a part of the process. They don't define you. They don't define your future. Even in the hardest moments, you are still worthy. Even when you feel like you're failing, you are still enough. And the key to healing, to transformation, to truly stepping into your greatness is to hold on to that truth no matter what. No matter what the world says, no matter what your mind says, you are enough, just as you are. Sometimes it's hard to see that. Sometimes we get so caught up in the chaos of life, in the noise of the world, that we forget to listen to our own inner voice. That voice, the one that tells us that we are loved, that we are worthy, that we are enough, is always there. But it's often drowned out by the judgments of others, by the criticism we give ourselves, and by the pressure we put on ourselves to meet impossible standards. The key is to quiet that noise. The key is to get still, to listen to your own heart, and to trust in the love and wisdom that comes from within you. That's where the healing begins. I want you to know that healing isn't about fixing something that's broken. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you truly are. It's about peeling away the layers of doubt, fear, and insecurity that have built up over the years and revealing the beautiful, whole person that you've always been. You don't need to be fixed. You need to be seen. And the first step in that process is learning to see yourself, to truly look at yourself with eyes of love, with eyes of compassion, and to know that you are worthy of all the good that life has to offer. Self-love is a practice, not a destination. It's something you cultivate every single day. There will be moments when you forget. There will be moments when you feel less than. And that's okay. It's part of the journey. The key is to keep coming back to yourself. Keep coming back to that place of love, of acceptance, of peace. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up for yourself, even on the tough days. And it's about choosing love every single time. I want you to remember that you are a work in progress. Every day is a new opportunity to be better, to do better, to love yourself more. And it's okay if you don't have everything figured out right now. It's okay if you're not exactly where you want to be. The journey is just as important as the destination. And every step you take toward loving yourself, toward healing, is a step in the right direction. The most beautiful thing is that as you begin to love yourself more, as you begin to release the old stories, the old wounds, the old patterns, you start to create space for new things to come in. You create space for new opportunities, for new relationships, for new dreams to unfold. You become a magnet for everything that is meant for you. And when you are truly aligned with who you are, with the love and the wisdom that's within you, you begin to see the beauty in everything around you. The world becomes a reflection of your own inner peace and love. And I want to tell you this. You are worthy of that. You are worthy of the love, the peace, the abundance, the happiness that you've been seeking. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to earn it. It is your birthright. You were born worthy of all the beautiful things this life has to offer. So, as you step forward on this journey, I want you to promise me one thing. Promise that you will never again let anyone or anything take away your sense of worth. Promise that you will always, always choose to love yourself. And when those tough moments come, and they will come, promise that you will choose kindness, that you will choose patience, that you will choose forgiveness. Promise that you will never stop believing in your own greatness, because you are worthy. You always have been, and you always will be. So, my friend, let this be the moment you decide to believe it. Let this be the moment you choose to step into your own power and say, I am enough, because you are. And when you truly know that,